Hey guys, welcome to the gun wall. So this is a channel member exclusive, so we're gonna go off the cuff here. I'm gonna take the time to show you all the gun collection, and we're missing one of them. We don't have our MCX with us, but today we worked on this gun rack here, and now it's very nice and really easy to display. So we're gonna go from the tip to the bottom and just go through this really quickly because, you know, we're not sure if YouTube will actually monetize this. So this kind of acts like a test. So yeah, obviously in the full video, we'll be doing like in-depth with everything, like doing gameplay and doing like B-roll for every freaking gun up here. But here, we're just gonna go off the cuff. So let's start up here. And this is my GI NGRS. It's a 14.5 inch and it has a Titan inside, a new motor, and an inner barrel from Lilacs, and this thing is absolutely great. It's one of my favorite rifles to use, except the fact that it has a bent buffer tube, but I don't know, that's just a mystery. I bought it used, but this is the piece of resistance. I really like this gun a lot, and I hope you guys too. We have a lot of gameplay coming up with this thing. It's really cool. Oh, really quick thing before we move on. Look at the system we got here. So, ooh, it's starting to bend a little bit. That's kind of scary. But anyway, we got some tension poles that are holding up the wall, and then it's holding up to a metal rack, which is held up by like these little S hooks. And obviously these aren't enough. There are earthquakes in Japan, so we've secured them more with bike bungee cables. And as you can see here, it's kind of like rotating a bit. The only scary part is maybe like these things might bend, but I think it's okay. This is probably about 50 kilos all over, but should be good. Anyway, let's move on. Here, this is the MPX by Sig Air. This gun, like, I don't even know if I want to keep this thing, to be honest with you. I spent like Hachiman, so it's like 80,000. And I only got it for Call of Duty because I wanted to give you guys Call of Duty content. But out of the box, this thing broke right away. The piston stripped, but luckily we had the warranty on it, so we got a new one. So this actual model has actually never been used. It's actually just a normal stock AEG that's never been used. And I'm planning on upgrading it. If I upgrade it, it's gonna cost maybe $300 and then it'll be great. But till then, we have our MP5 NGRS right here, which is the reason why I didn't wanna keep this MPX, because we have an MP5 NGRS and that's recoil, has a really great build. You can slap the charging handle, and we've already customized the crap out of this thing. So the only thing that we really need now is just to worry about that winter problem. So actually Marui changed out the nozzle and stuff for this already, but it still didn't feed. So I sent it back to them again, and then they said they fixed it now, and it kind of still works. So maybe we just change out the bucking, but I don't know, we'll see. Moving up here, we have the legendary MP7 Unicorn, and this thing is absolutely, I think absolutely is like my new thing, bro. But anyway, it's an AEP. It's not even an AEG. It's like a little tiny airsoft pistol. Has a tiny little gearbox inside. We run it with the Lilac 7.4 LiPo, and this thing is chef's kiss. You guys may have seen gameplay of it, but it's great. It's awesome. I've only used it once, and it comes with tiny little magazines, so it's meant for CQB. Might upgrade it. Don't really have to. It performs really nice. It's like an 11.1 almost. But yeah. Hoping to see more of this. Bought it on a whim. It was like 200 bucks, so it's whatever. But unlike this one, which costed me like 450, the AK Storm is my only electronic AK that I own. And looking at this thing right now, it's so damn cool, man. Like, he's got a custom stock, which is actually really good for Airsoft. It has a bolt lock system, which is fantastic. We got my Holosun on there, which is kind of a waste. But the thing to notice here is that we have an extended barrel, and that's so I can mount the scope cam on there, because there's actually no place to mount a scope cam on top. So that's something we're kind of worrying about there, but whatever. AK Storm, probably my least used gun because the trigger response on it is not that great. Has a really long trigger pull, so yeah. Next, we have the Scar H. You guys love this thing. Has a Titan inside of it, but that's it. It is super accurate, super long range, super great. Got the nice Stainag 308 mags. Absolutely love it. You guys see gameplay of this thing. Really like it a lot. Has the UGG boot. Has some Lilacs external parts, which is really nice because you have the hard button, this brakes, and also this charging handle. So that's really cool. Over here, we have the shotgun of the year, boys and girls, the Breacher Tokyo Marui with the Lilacs M-Lock handguard. Absolutely sexy. And the funny thing is, this part here is not compatible with this shotgun, this part here, because you mount it to the rail. So I've actually mounted this thing on top of that rail. So then there's these M3 screws that are on top of this rail. Stupid. There's a rail on top of a rail on top of a rail, which actually acts as a riser, because when you put the camera on top of there, it actually already is pre-rised. So great. This was a purchase I made because I made a huge mistake buying a long ass shotgun. So anyway, over here we have our Scorpion Mod M. These are all Token Maruis. Literally all these are Token Maruis except this. But anyway, Mod M, same thing as this guy here. AEP, super small, super great, very fast, very UAB, probably the most mobile gun I have. Really, really like it a lot. Use a little 20 round magazines there, but I've only used it once, but I'm thinking of pairing it with like a sniper or something like that because it's so small. You can put that on a 1-point sling, pull it out, and then just be ready to go. So this is really cool. Unlike this guy here, my M870 Tactical, big long boy. Look how long this thing is. It's like 20. I think it's almost a meter long. And that's the reason why I bought this, because this thing is just so long, but it's so cool. And I kept it around because this sports stock kind of teaches you very, very specific techniques of how to handle shotguns. So I thought it would be really good for some sort of tutorial purpose down the line. But anyway, not that big of a deal. This guy though, the Type 89, the reason I bought this is because I wanted to show it off to one of my friends and be like, hey, look, it's the GA tie gun. It's the one that you use in the Army or the Self-Defense Force. And this is the paratrooper version. And I thought it would be cool to get one of these because it's one of the last gas blowback types that I don't have yet, aside from the MP7. But can't really use it right now because it's winter and this thing is quite long, so yeah. Moving along really quickly, we have our AKM. This is a Tokimaru AKM base, and we have a bunch of 6 parts. Thank you, my boy, who gave me this new handguard, as well as the Aaron Smith side mount. And now this thing is absolutely cool. And we also got a buffer stock on there, so that's really awesome. Very reliable gun, very, very nice. I haven't used it though, because again, it's winter right now, so all those things are down the toilet. So right now, we're actually be using our NGRS guns, like the 416 here. This is the 3rd time I bought this gun because I've bought it, I've sold it, but I went back to this and I put a Titan in it right away, and it's just absolutely fantastic. Probably one of my favorite guns to use. But you guys have seen a lot of gameplay of that, you know, nothing special. But this guy here, the Mark 18 is finally back. The gas blowback version. Had a lot of issues with this thing. One, you can't really change the barrel, the handguard on this without the proprietary tool, so I sent it to Marui to fix the hop on it. And then, for some reason, my bolt carrier group was not feeding. It was like getting stuck, like over here. So then I sent it to Marui, and it ends up being the actual receiver was like warped. So I'm guessing all the hot weather, cold weather, shrinking, expanding kind of warped that thing. So they changed out the entire upper. So other than that, really, really reliable, really, really nice, great thing. I might customize it someday, but it's pretty stock right now. Like this guy, the G36, you guys know, the legendary review video that got demonetized. I've actually gotten that remonetized by resubmitting it like 3 times, but this thing is actually surprisingly really good. It's quite chonky compared to like, you know, the